special POCSO court in Arunachal Pradesh has sentenced a former hostel warden for sexually assaulting 21 children. 8 boys and 13 girls.
ತಂದೆ ಇದ್ದಲೇ ಮಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ 8 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ನಡೆದಿರುವಂತಹ ಘಟನೆ ಸಂಕೇಶ್ವರ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣಾ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ.
Hello friends, welcome to Insights new initiative, Insights on Issues. Myself, Nikhil K. Gowda, the Insights IAS, Political Science, Polity and IR faculty. So this initiative is more about taking two important issues every week and looking at issues comprehensively from prelims, mains as well as the personality test. So today's issue, what we have taken up, a recent current affairs issue, is the Supreme Court's verdict on the POCSO amendment. What is the background of this issue? That in Madras High Court there was a verdict before where they had said that showing pornographic material to children or possessing pornographic material related to children alone does not constitute an offence under the POCSO Act. But the Supreme Court has taken a very forward-looking decisions where they have told that it constitutes a criminal liability. And this issue was taken to Supreme Court by an NGO called as Rights for Children Alliance in that regard, which took this issue to Supreme Court, and Justice Chandrachud, he gave his opinion saying that when this pornographic material is viewed thousands of times by children in that regard will constitute to what? It will constitute to an offence and psychological impact on children. Now let's look into the basics about what is the impact of children with respect to the sexual exploitation that happens in India. According to NCRB data, 28.9% of the children in India are experiencing one or the other form of sexual abuse. And the data also reflects that only 65.6% of these cases are being reported. And the more astonishing factor here is that 90% of this abuse is happening within families. And this is a very disturbing data looking from the NCRB. The other thing is that India is also a signatory of the UN Convention on the Rights of Child, and that is why in this regard the Indian government had enacted the POCSO Act in 2012. The other important factor also need to remember here is that during COVID-19, another disturbing trend was that there was increased in cases of child abuse, and according to an NGO which is working in this regard, that is called as the Child Line, 3.02 lakh phone calls were reported regarding the child abuse or sexual abuse of children in homes. Now when we look into the impact of child abuse, it has an overall impact on the mental development of the child. So according to experts, that those children who have faced sexual abuse have witnessed following problems. One, they faced diminished self-worth, there is fragmentation, there is isolation in that regard, they are also sexual dysfunctional. And fourth one, it also pushes them towards drug abuse, as well as many of them also get involved in crimes. So if there was a recently Hindi movie which was released called as the Sector Number 36, and if you see the main role which has been played here, the role of one of the person who is a psychopath, his social bringing up, when we look at, he was also sexually abused.
वैसे आपके घर भी बेटी है क्या?
क्या करेगा जान के?
मेरी खुद की बेटी है 6 साल की गांव में, बड़ी चिंता होती है उसकी.
So the movie reflects about what can be the impact of sexual abuse on the society as a whole, especially on children whose minds are very innocent and who are deeply impacted by this act. What kind of rights have been guaranteed for children under the UN Convention on the Children's Rights? So friends, in the UN Convention on the Rights of the Children, there are 4 types of rights that has been guaranteed to children. One is right to participation, second one is right to protection, third one is right to development, and fourth one is right to survival. These are the 4 rights that has been guaranteed. Now in this regard, the Supreme Court in various cases has given verdicts which is strengthening the rights of the children. One, the Sheila Barse case versus Union of India. In this particular case law, the Supreme Court said that the children who are in prisons or in jail should have a special consideration, and there should be no form of discrimination in the policies or the law brought by the state. Second, in Gaurav Jain versus Union of India case, the Supreme Court has spoken about the rights of the children of prostitutes, say that the children of prostitutes also have to have equal opportunities and equal dignity in terms of their overall development. And third important case where Supreme Court has given an important verdict is the Lakshmi Kant Pandey case, where Justice Bhagavati in that regard, he came out with certain guidelines for adoption of children, of Indian children by foreigners, because there was a probable scope of misuse of that provision. And lastly, in the Vishal Jeet case in that regard, the Supreme Court has said that any children who is pushed into prostitution in that regard because of poverty is a great violation of the moral principles of human society. So friends, in this way we can say that the Supreme Court of India in a larger way has contributed to strengthening of the children's rights and the children provisions which is guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. I hope you like this video. We'll be coming out with more such videos on the ongoing issues under the platform called as Insights on Issues. So signing off here, let's meet again for another important issue. Take care.